This is the 10-year overview reading for NFLX Netflix shares throughout the 10-year period of 2020 through 2029. It's currently September 2nd, 2022, 9:43 p.m. That's Eastern Time. So guys, before we get started, don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you haven't. If you have, thank you so much. And also, please hit that share button. Let's spread the word that you can do anything you put your mind to, even predict the stock market. They say it 1,000 times a day. You can't predict the market. You can't predict the market. My friends, we've done it 1,000 times. We do it every day. So let's share it with the world and let's make some money. Overall theme and behavior for NFLX, we are attempting to establish or reestablish support. It's crossed with a move higher through a resistance level. We stay above it briefly, most likely at a high for a chart or near like some sort of peak, and then we break back down briefly thereafter through that same price level, full retracement. Or excuse me, not necessarily full retracement. It's more so an energy of possibly being like an important peak. In 2020, we had a prominent reversal on a multi-year chart. It will stand out. 2021, we had the beginning of a rally, a move to the upside. 2022, we revisited a support level that was recently a past opportunity. In the midst of some sideways rotation, there's a sharp dip that stands out on a multi-year chart. In 2023, we have a period of increased volatility, also an opportunity here within that volatility to position oneself utilizing options to play both sides of the market. So quite a bit of volatility here for the NFLX shares. But buying puts and calls, it's called a straddle or a strangle. And as long as there's a lot of volatility and a big move in either direction, you make money. You don't have to call the direction. You just have to call big price swings. 2024, an opportunity in the midst of a notable rally on a multi-year chart will stand out. There's an opportunity there to open up a short position. We have a failed attempt to break through key resistance on a multi-year chart, followed by a decline through a key support level on a multi-year chart in 2025. In 2026, a period of decline that ends with a fast sudden move higher, standing out on a multi-year chart. 2027, we have, even in the face of seemingly overwhelming headwinds, we still move higher. We may break through at least one. We may break through one or maybe multiple resistances that we're really the street will be expecting us to go lower based on the headwinds, but for whatever reason we continue higher. So a notable rally out of that decline here, at least towards the end of 26 and through 27, it appears. 2028. So the high in 2027, it's visited briefly, and in 2028 we spend the majority of 2028 breaking down through key support levels off of what appears to be a brief crest and opportunity in 2027. In 2029, quite a bit of volatility, a key resistance levels highlighted, new resistance levels highlighted, and there's quite a bit of volatility opportunity to position oneself in both directions, again, utilizing option spreads like straddles and strangles. Behavior around the low, we have sideways price swings with a bearish trend that precedes a rally. That's the behavior moving into the low. And then we have, and there also there may be something to do with the environment or education. Maybe Netflix does something with education. I see education in here. Interesting. And the behavior on the high, we attempt to break through key resistance on a multi-year chart. People are expecting us to break through. We don't break through. Instead, we turn around and we break down through key support on a multi-year chart. There's definitive disappointment there. Let's see if there's any relationships. My sense is that we have a high here. There's a crest here. We have a high here. And then relationships around the low. Let's see. I'm not seeing anything. I'd say probably. Well, we see a prominent trough here in 2022. Another low here in 2027. A low somewhere in early to mid 2026. And that's NFLX for the 10-year period, 2020 through 2029, my friends. Let me know if you like this by hitting that like button. Don't forget to subscribe. And most importantly, that rule of karma, pay 5% of that forward. Somebody who's not expecting it, keep the flow going through the universe. Pay 5% of that profit back to the channel. Show some gratitude for all the free content we put out. Thank you very much, my friends. And gratitude begets gratitude. So the more you express gratitude for, the more you'll have to be grateful for. It's a upward positive spiral, self-fulfilling spiral, my friends. Most importantly, what you do with all that money, make sure you spend it out of love, my friends. As long as you spend it out of love, the universe is going to send it back to you tenfold in all directions. I'll see you on the next one.